Hello everyone. I hope y'all can hear me. It's been quite the day. In a good way. Let's see if y'all can hear me. Hold on. Yes, you can. Thank goodness. So far, stream is going okay. But hey everybody, I hope you're well. I'm sorry that I couldn't live stream Sunday, and it sucked because I had every intention of doing so. And then like Sunday evening comes around and hay fever just kicks in, and it was the worst. And I was in rough shape Sunday night, Monday. I didn't even go to work Monday. Tuesday, I went into work and I had to go home because I was still getting my ass kicked by it. And then today I had the day off, and it's been bothersome a little bit, but I'm definitely on the other side of it, thankfully. Hey guys, yeah, hey, I am feeling a lot better, Brooklyn, thank you. I did take some allergy medicine just before I went live, so hopefully that helps. But I'm definitely a lot better than I was the last few days. Hay fever is brutal, y'all. Like, it's essentially just getting like severe sinus pain, and then every 30 minutes just having a sneeze fit where you sneeze like 30 times in a row, and then you just stop and you get like a bit of relief. But then like a few minutes later, the sinus pain starts to kick in again, and then you sneeze again, and it's just a pattern for the whole damn day. And it's horrible. And you're just tired and like groggy, and like, I don't know, it's rough. It is rough. And usually I get it a lot during the summer, but I hadn't really gotten it the entire summer. Except I think I had it for like one day, like early June. And that was it. And then since then, up until this past weekend, I didn't get that. So I'm going to count my blessings on that matter. What are you saying, Angel? You said you have pink eye in your right eye. Ooh, that sucks. It's affecting the right side of your nose and the top of your mouth. Oh, brutal. Want to scratch your eye out. Oh. I get really itchy eyes in the summer too. Like, and if you rub it, then of course it's going to turn into pink eye for me. Yeah, just that sensation where you just want to like put cold water onto your eye, just like, you know, look up in a shower and just have it hit your eye. But who else is here today? We got Nathan, we got Brooklyn, we got Meek. It's good to see you guys though. And yeah, Nina is finally good for something, you're right. I have to keep Claritin D24 with me at all times. Dairy is a trigger for me because it produces mucus. Oh man. I do take Claritin as well, actually. Hey, it's me, K1. Start. Hey, K1. But yeah, I hope you're all doing well. I guess, well, before... hold on. You said I was the highest. Somebody's writers play the writers. Alright, well, before we get into talking about it, and really, if you guys seen the community tab post that I made, I'm going to let you guys take the reins and what you want to talk about. I didn't make any notes. Just, you know, whatever you guys want to talk about that we didn't get to recap over on Sunday. You know. Then let me know. Have any of y'all had recurring pink eye in one eye only? Anytime I've had pink eye, it's just the one. All right, but yeah, before we get into that, and again, I'll get you guys to kind of take the lead here. If you guys didn't see my community post, I am making a new GH show, which isn't that major. Don't like get super excited about it. But if you guys have been here since the OG days before I live streamed, then it's kind of reminiscent to that, only like it's a short formed video. So it's like a minute long at the most, typically. And it's just hot takes and me ranting about like one certain thing. And really the goal with it is to just make like I guess content for Instagram, because I really have not made an effort on doing Instagram stuff for GHMV. But I will also be uploading it to YouTube as well and making a playlist for it, because it could be a lot of fun. The goal is to, I think, release one every Friday. But if you guys want, I can give you a sneak peek on here so you guys can see the first one since you're here. But let me know if you'd like to see it. Nina had a backbone today, but keeping more secrets. Yeah, we can't win them all. Think you should hire, or do you think the show should hire the writers? Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I feel the same way, Kaiwan, but it's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen because they don't care. The other writers are gonna get their job back, and it's gonna be whatever. And it is what it is. You want us to follow you on Instagram? More so, I want the people on Instagram to follow on YouTube. You guys can follow on Instagram if you want, but like, it's really to just introduce the people that follow on Instagram and like the other social media to go to the YouTube channel to watch these live streams. So it's kind of like giving them a snack of what they would get in a live stream in the form of like a short form video. But y'all can follow the Instagram if you want. It's just I think me forgetting my Instagram. It's just GH After Show, I believe. That's how long. Like that's how very little I pay attention to it, y'all. But let me double check the Instagram so that I know for sure. You guys want to see the sneak peek? I'm okay with showing y'all. And honestly, because of, you know, I really based it on what I'm going to talk about today a little bit. I don't mind showing you guys. Yeah, Instagram is GH After Show. But you'll see on there that I've barely posted anything. So, but that'll be a thing of the past. There will be content every week on there on Fridays, and it'll also be uploaded on YouTube on Fridays. So yeah. But yeah, I guess I'll quickly show you guys it before we get into it, and it'll segue into exactly what we're talking about. So it is A-OK with me. Let me quickly mute the mute music. By the way, apologies if you can hear my air conditioning in the background. Great, I'm a YouTube kind of lady. Yeah, I'm a YouTube kind of guy, but I just know that, like, you know, I want people to see everything that I offer on here. You know, like, I want people that are on Instagram and Facebook. It is ridiculous, you guys. There's like over 2,000 people on the Facebook page and like 800 subscribers on YouTube, which is like wild, or like 900, whatever it is, 900 and something on YouTube. And I'm like, y'all, I don't even post on Facebook, I don't post on Instagram, and yet like things get followed, and I'm like, I don't get it. Please go to the YouTube page. So my goal is to just basically use these little videos that I'm going to make mostly for the Instagram and Facebook page, just to bring people into the YouTube channel. And at the end of each one, it's going to have, you know, youtube.com/Dion'sCornerVlog, so they know where to go to watch the live streams. All right. But yeah, let me quickly mute this. Shrink me down. Whoop, that's not shrinking me down. One sec. What? This is going well so far. There we go. Okay. Here is the sneak peek. And let me know if you can hear it, because I don't know in reference to, this particular media player, how loud it's going to be. Here we go. Today I want to rant about Cody Bell being institutionalized at Ferncliff, which is an asylum in Port Charles for the criminally insane, in order to save Sasha Gilmore. In the past, its residents have included people like Heather Weber, Ryan Chamberlain, Lucy Coe back when she stabbed John McBain thinking he was a vampire, and even Carly when Nell had framed her for a crime while making her believe she had a mental breakdown. So I gotta ask, how is it that Cody can just get himself checked in as a patient? He's shady, but at this time he's not a criminal. All he did was convince a doctor that he's suicidal. Seriously, therapy at GH can help him, or he can check himself in at Shady Brook. But random doctor number 9 says no, straight to the asylum for the criminally insane with you. Make it make sense. That's it. So like I said, just like little short hot takes of me ranting about certain goings-ons on General Hospital. And that obviously was specific to what happened on today's episode of GH. But the goal is to do like a hot take that of something that annoyed me. Every Friday I'll do one. And that was me giving the test run to see if I could like edit the same way I used to. Cody isn't criminally insane. Exactly. So why is he going to Ferncliff? Why? It does not make sense. Just insane. Yeah. But yeah, that I had to rant about that, especially today, because seeing the doctor be like, just being convinced to like, yeah, he belongs in Ferncliff. It doesn't make any sense. Nina must be loaded to give someone $50,000. No sweat. Here you go. No doubt. We don't even know how rich the rich people of Port Charles are. It is hard to tell. Man, we live in a world where like the poor pretend to be wealthy and the wealthy pretend to be poor. 2023, y'all. All right, but yeah. So before we talk about like, I guess what's been happening this past week, does anyone want to touch base on things that we missed talking about last week because of me being sick? Are you saying that you think that they brought Cody on just to replace Brando? I mean, I don't know, because the original plan was to put Cody with Britt, right? So, hard to say. Can we talk about Blair Kramer Manning? Yeah, why not? So, we got news that Cassie, DePriva, who played Blair on One Life to Live, is coming back to GH. She was one of the characters when Ron and Frank took over that would appear every now and then on GH before they got sued. Cody's pecs are gonna save Sasha. You have a theory? I feel like I know what your theory is gonna be if you're talking about Blair. Because the last time we saw Blair, she and I think Carly and Sky caught a glimpse of Tomas. Was that the character that Ted King played on One Life to Live? And of course, Sky and Carly seen him as Lorenzo Alcazar, and Blair was like, no, that's Tomas. And then nothing became of it because GH got sued. So, and people are thinking, since their mystery boss is a man, that it could be Lorenzo Alcazar / Tomas. But tell me your theory, though, Angel, in case I'm wrong. Make you were saying, I was saying in a comment earlier how it seems like Sonny is rude to Selena, but then someone explained to me why he is that way with her. Yeah, I mean, Sonny's always had his reasons to keep his eye on Selena because he knows she's shady and devious and would like, you know, screw him over. He knows she's got the potential to be powerful. So he's just watching his back. But I love how Selena also gets more and more sassy with each passing day. Just that like who me attitude she had with Sunny. Oh, you think Selena is the boss lady, or you think Blair is the boss lady, Kaiwan? I think she's Cyrus's ex wife. It's an interesting... I mean, I do think that there's definitely ties. There's something up with Martin's ex-wife, and it's either like she's the big boss or one of the big bosses if they don't completely recant the fact that the boss is a girl, like they have seemed to be. Angel, you said, is Blair working with Tracy to claim the Deceptor as her own? Then Martin helped Blair design the original Deceptor, and that's why Martin didn't want people knowing he helped design the Deceptor? Maybe. Maybe. I did think I read somewhere that Blair was also a part of some kind of, I don't know, beauty brand on One Life for a bit. I think Blair is the ex-wife. That would be an interesting twist. My thing is, if Blair can see that Tomas looked like Lorenzo, couldn't she see that Martin looked like whatever character he played on One Life? Or was that All My Children? I'm so confused, y'all. Oh, man. No, Tad was One Life, right? Are One Life to Live characters now available to use by GH without paying, or I mean, I believe so. I mean, the lawsuit is over, and the channel that initially sued no longer exists, and we've had One Life to Live characters since the lawsuit too. So, oh, he played Tad on All My Children. Okay, so the actor has no ties to One Life. Okay, then that works. Thanks, guys. And hey, Jacarius. I'm doing all right. Feeling a lot better. I'm here. That's what matters. Yeah, my allergies are coming and going today, but I'm definitely a lot better than I was the last few days, so I am grateful to be here. Oh, Miki said, I can't take watching that doctor shoot Sasha up with those drugs. I'm so tired of it too, honestly. Like, it just makes me so upset to watch. Like, especially because Sasha seems aware. Sasha seems to know what's going on when she's not drugged. Like, she knows that this doctor is the one drugging her. Like, you know, putting her up with these things that are making her paranoid and crazy. And she even, like... She even told the nurse that he's doing that, and she didn't even seem receptive to it. She just told Dr. Montague, like, that's what Sasha said, and then he went in there and drugged her some more. Like, my God. And it's so funny, because you think about, like, all the times that they've had, like, characters go off screen for whatever reason, whether it's doing another job or going on mat leave, and they never do quite a bang up job of making them like appear to be still shooting the show often. But damn, they went all out for Sasha. Like, Sasha's been off JH for a while now, but she's been featured every single week. It's nuts. Glad to hear you're doing GH reviews again. Whenever they said he had Three Wives, which is a callback to the character Tad Martin on All My Children. Yeah, but I think that's more like an Easter egg for like AMC fans that might have watched him, but I don't think he's necessarily Tad because he's Martin. You know what I mean? It's like when Roger Howell started playing Franco, and they had someone shout Todd into his face, and then it wasn't Todd. And Angel said, I'm glad Dante told Sunny about what he saw, but Nina needs to tell Sunny about what Gladys told her. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the lack of communication is gonna make Sasha suffer longer. And to that end, like, yes, Gladys was honest to Nina for the most part about, okay, you know, I'm working, you know, this doctor is making me pay him to set her free, and I think he's drugging her. Like, obviously, she left out her part and her role in it, so to speak. But I think Nina, like, kind of has it figured out, mostly anyway. The only thing is, the thing that she doesn't know is the Selena Wu factor, because she essentially owes Selena money, and she owes this doctor's money. Selena wants the money by the end of the day. Dr. Montague, I think, wants the money, like, in the next couple of days. So who's she going to give the money to? If she gives it to Selena, then Sasha is screwed. And if she gives it to the doctor, then Gladys is probably a dead woman. So, like, I don't know. But, oh man, I was frustrated to, like, hear Gladys, like, beg Nina not to tell Sunny. Because even Gladys was like, you know, at most, he'll run me out of Port Charles. But, like, who cares? Leave Port Charles then. Like, like, what do you have here? You have no one left. Like, Sasha is certainly not going to be loving towards her anymore. She don't have any other friends to mooch off of. No one even really likes her, so, like, leave Port Charles. Why do you want to stick around in a town where no one likes you? But having said that, like, also secretly, I want her to stay because I like the actress that plays her. But from a character point of view, like, why do you want to stay? Gladys is getting on my nerves. Gladys has been on my nerves since she had this gambling problem. At least she's admitted it, and apparently is in Gambling Anonymous or whatever she called it, and getting help for it. But it's the rest that's dangerous. Yeah, Sonny would shut all of it down. Miss Wu, the doctor, everything. Yeah, he would shut down Miss Wu. He would, you know, he probably would get rid of the doctor, honestly, because he went after someone she loved, or he loved. But also Gladys did the same, just to keep her money because of her gambling problem. But also, I think I do still stand by the fact that Sonny would have sympathy or be sympathetic towards Gladys via her gambling addiction, because he's seen it with Mike for decades. And he knows how tough of a habit that is to break. And it's like, I don't even know. I don't know. I don't think Sonny would kill Gladys over it. But he'd probably force her to get help if she's, you know, she says she's getting help, but do we know that for sure? That's the problem when a character isn't seen that often and we just hear things that they say. We don't know for sure if she's in freaking Gamblers Anonymous or whatever. We just have her word on that, and her word doesn't mean much. Gladys will at least need to walk. Gladys needs to pay for what she did for sure. Like, I mean, obviously Sasha should like charge her for what she did during the conservatorship. She definitely has grounds. Like, this woman used Sasha's money. She sold Brando's garage just to pay off a debt, And then when she got more in debt, she didn't want to lose her cash cow in Sasha, so she got this doctor to drug the hell out of her and make her seem crazy and throw her into Ferncliff just to keep the money going. That's messed up. I think Chase is going to be hurt and upset that Gregory and Finn kept him in the dark. Oh yeah, we can talk about that a little bit. Like, I do want to say that I really enjoyed the scene of Finn talking about what's going on with his father in the AA meeting, and how upset he was over Alexis's decision to keep his father's secret while she was in the room, kind of behind him, and just letting him speak and not letting her presence be known until the end of the session. I think that scene was beautifully done. I thought it was beautifully done, and I think that Michael Easton did such a great job in that scene, and Nancy did a great job in that scene as well. Because you could tell, like, she was heartbroken that, you know, Finn was devastated by Alexis's choice to keep his father's secret. But I'm glad that Finn also understood why she did it and didn't really hold it against her for too long. And of course she said that she's glad that he knew as well. But yeah, but the thing that did frustrate me though was hearing that Gregory still wants to keep it a secret from Chase for a little while longer. And I'm like, dude, like, you're not going to be able to. You're just going to put yourself in a position where you're going to be with Chase somewhere and you're not going to be able to hide your condition, because it is getting worse. Like, it happened with Violet on a whim. It's going to happen with Chase if you're going to try to hide it and you're wanting to spend time with him. The only way he's not going to catch on is if he doesn't spend time with you, and then he's going to wonder why you're not. So I think you should tell Chase. Do I think that Chase will be hurt that he was kept in the dark? Maybe a little, but only because Finn didn't know for that long. And as long as Finn and Gregory say, like, that they were just preparing to tell him, then I think he'll kind of get over it. Chase is obviously a very forgiving person because he hangs out with Michael and Willow like they're his besties. So I don't know. The only person that makes Chase upset really seems to be Brooklyn. And I am curious as to what he's going to think when he finds out what Brooklyn's been doing for Tracy. Kaiwani said, yeah, I think they're planning for Chase to find out later on. Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be much later, because obviously Gregory's condition is happening fast. Also, Gregory told Elizabeth last week as well, or was it earlier this week? It's a bit of a blur, guys. I'm sorry. And those scenes were really nice as well. But yeah, it's it'll be interesting to see where the storyline goes from here. I think that thankfully this story, as interesting as, as uninteresting as all these characters collectively are, I think that they're all played by great actors that will actually make this story, as tragic as it is, quite wonderful to watch from like a point of view of someone just watching an actor get good material. Willow was a part of this episode. Oh yeah, Willow wants to get back into nursing. As I'm saying, yeah, his best friends cheated on him, and he still went back and befriended them. Like, so I don't see Chase like being angry for too long. Even with Brooklyn, as angry as he got, he still like loved her and wanted to like secretly be with her, but he was just kind of like putting his guard up because he didn't want, to be part of her shenanigans. Hey Albert, how you doing? Oh man, what did I miss you guys were saying as well? I just don't want to tell Sunny at all. No, she doesn't. Apologies if you can hear the dog. Um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to Michael Easton and Gregory Harrison rocking the storyline. Chase, we'll see. Chase, we haven't gotten too much emotional stuff with him, really. Didn't Willow's doctor told her not to work yet? Did I miss something? Well, she did say that she only wants to get the okay. Well, she has to get the okay from her doctor first, and she has that intention to get herself checked out and not go back to work until her doctor says so. Unless I missed something. I don't think there was a flat out no, but just that she was going to see her doctor, and whatever he says is going to happen. But as far as I remember, I don't think there was an establishment of when. She just made it known that she wants to be hired again. That's all. She hasn't been hired back. All right, Albert, I'm curious, what is your take on the current Sasha and Cody situation? Because yeah, we're kind of recapping last week because I was sick the last few days, but we're also making Sasha and Cody kind of the focus of the stream as well, while we like kind of go back and forth on some past stuff. Getting used to seeing Carly making the bits at Kelly's. The only thing that I find ridiculous with Carly working at Kelly's is that she's still in the same kind of suits that she wore at the Metro Court. Girl, you are in a diner. A diner. Why are you wearing like professional suits? Oh, the announcement. Oh, I made it earlier. Just that I'm doing another GH show on here, which is going to be called Hot Takes, and it's just like a short, non-live show that I'll be uploading on Fridays to the Facebook and to the Instagram pages to kind of bring those viewers onto the YouTube page. But I will also be uploading it on the YouTube page. And the people at the start did get to see the first episode of it because it is that short. It's a minute long. So, but it's just me ranting about the dumb shit that goes on about GH. And I just pick a certain subject, rant about it, and you know, it's like giving people on other like social handles a little morsel of what they'll see on the live streams on Sundays and Wednesdays. So that's the goal with the show. Yeah. So nothing major, guys. Just like a new quick show. So now there will be something on Wednesdays, something on Fridays, and something on Sundays. But the Friday is like a little snack for the Sunday streams and the Wednesday streams. Connecting the history with the diner. Well, it's so funny because they talk about Ruby all the time and Kelly's, and yes, Ruby was working it for a very long time, but not decades. Like a decade and a half, maybe. Now Jocelyn is waiting tables. Yep, she is too. You like the Sasha stuff? Very compelling and captivating. It's dramas for sure. I hate seeing Sasha tortured. That's what it is for me. And like this is the one time where GH has gotten itself together enough to actually film a lot ahead of time for Sophia Madsen's maternity leave, because she's been gone a while, but she has not been off screen at all. Whereas like usually if like Jeannie goes on a vacation or Fanola goes on a vacation, they always talk about, they've filmed these scenes to like keep her on the show a little bit while she's gone, and then like that never happens. You'll see like maybe 2 whole episodes in her time being gone off the show, like Jeannie or Fanola, and it's like that was nothing. However, Sophia Madsen, she'd been on every single week. isn't pantsuits what Carly wears? It kind of makes sense for her to wear business casual for a restaurant she owns. I don't know, but like I just think about like the people running the joint in the past, like Ruby and like the Kelly's family, and they kept it like on brand for a diner. That's all. Like I think the things that made people like Mike and like Ruby and you know the Kellys like so like beloved by like the town and the people that watch the show is because they made them relatable and they looked approachable and didn't look out of place there. They looked like they belonged there, and so it's to me it's just kind of weird. Like yeah, I know that that's just what Carly tends to wear, but like dress down a little bit, get into the vibe of what a diner should be. Like if I were to walk into like a 50s themed restaurant, right? Like, you know, like the Rockets vibe, Johnny Rockets vibe, and I seen someone behind a counter in a suit, I'd be like the mood, the like vibe is gone for me. Oh, you like the idea? I'm glad you think so. And, like honestly, like my show in the past, and you'll see when I upload it on Friday, was very much like what Hot Takes will be. It was edited in the same kind of way, you know, like the sense of humor that I throw into it and stuff, and just the style of it is very reminiscent to how GHMV started. So for OG fans, it's also like a throwback to those days, and so that's why I'm excited for it. Yes, GHMV wasn't a minute long back then. I'd make it like 10 to 15 minutes long. But since I'm doing the live streams, it doesn't need to be anymore. So yeah. But it's like having a little throwback and celebration of like the OG days, and also just having a new fun show to put on here, and on the other social media pages as well. Kaiwani said, I guess it's a soap opera one time. Ruby had directed the 1971 soap opera. Which one? Oh, what is it called in real time? Miki said, can you explain the connection between Austin and Cyrus and I guess Mason? So, from what I recall from last week, we learned that Austin has known Cyrus, and I guess by extension Mason has known Cyrus since they were kids. And Cyrus seemed to be very close to Austin's mother, and Austin explained that whenever Cyrus would visit, his mom would light up. So I think that Austin's mom was in a loveless relationship with Austin's father, and Cyrus was probably having an affair with Austin's mom and keeping her happy. And because Austin loved seeing his mom happy, you know, he felt like he owed him in some way, because Cyrus always treated him really nice as well. And whenever Cyrus was around, Austin felt like he didn't have to try to be the perfect boy because his mom was okay in this loveless marriage. You know, around Cyrus during the loveless marriage. Yeah, you know, I like being creative, and it's not that I'm missing any creative things in my life at all. I just thought it would be cool to add something to GH content on here, because I do have other YouTube channels, and I do other like social media content that is like surprisingly popular considering a lot of it's just local stuff. But you know, I want to give GH fans a little something more as well. So the fall, like for me, like September coming up is gonna be like an era of a lot of new things for me. I'm taking on a new job that's in regards to music here in Edmonton, like the local music scene here. So something that I get paid for besides like capturing footage at concerts and stuff. which is new and exciting. And then also, I've got my single out now, and I've been working hard on putting a show together. I've completed the set list. I've created like the backing tracks and everything. I'm slowly in the works of putting a band together as well. So there's a lot happening in the fall. Am I taking on a lot? Yeah, maybe. But I think I'm good for it. I think I'm ready to do it. So it's going to be an exciting season all around. Cyrus was Austin's mother's special friend. Exactly, Angel. Yeah, obviously that's code for like they was having an affair, but Austin was cool with it because he knew that his mom was probably miserable. Like he said that she was miserable until Cyrus showed up, and then her face would light up and all that stuff. Aw, that's so sweet. Thanks, Shakarius. I love to do it. Like, honestly, when I started GHMV, it's because there wasn't really much, like, soap opera-related content back then. Like, yeah, there were certain things, but not in the style of, like, how GHMV had started out, right? Like, before the live streams. So I liked that I was, like, this unique whatever, but at the same time, being, like, a one-man show and editing like a 10 to 15, even sometimes 20-minute series is difficult, and like it was a lot for my laptop to handle, honestly. Even doing this like minute-long like segment, there were some things freezing up while I was doing it. So live streams just is easier on my computer, and it makes it more interactive as well. Oh, soap opera's changing time. Oh yeah, that's true. Change with the times. But I don't know. I'm just saying, like here in like even in the real world, like when you go to like a diner, you're not gonna see someone in like like a suit behind the counter. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. It to me it looks like Carly like had just been somewhere like important and then threw on the apron on top of that just to like show up and get work done because she's short-staffed or something. That's what it comes across like for me. Guess they changed the timeline with Austin too. Cyrus paying for Austin's education and everything. Exactly. Yeah, Cyrus was throwing around his money and yeah, so there's so many people doing soap opera content. It's crazy. Which I love though. Like I love that there is so many now because I felt like back then like there wasn't much to choose from, and like what there was to choose from was great, but it was all like live, like a live format like it is now in many ways. So I wanted to be like the different, like do it in a way that was I guess popular in other sort of genres. Like if you've seen like reviews on other TV shows, they were never live unless it was like something like AfterBuzz TV back in the day. But there was a lot of like quick-witted content reviewing shows, and I wanted to do that but with soap. And GH is my soap, so I put the feelers out there on like whether or not people would be interested on Tumblr, because that's what I was mostly going on back then, and everyone was stoked for it, so I did it for Tumblr really, and then it caught on to YouTube. We heard from Monica last week. Yes, we did. Oh my god, it was so good to hear Leslie Charleston's voice. I will say that she didn't sound, I don't know, she sounded a bit tired. Like when I compare like her conversation with Olivia to her conversation with Elizabeth back in Epiphany's tribute episode, she sounded like she was firing on all cylinders during that Epiphany tribute. But here it felt like she was like half asleep, and maybe that's just her old age catching up with her, I don't know. Or maybe it has to do with her health, I don't know. We don't know anything. But I loved hearing her, and if that's the only way that we can have Monica present on the show without her physically being on there, then I'm good with that. Like, I love that the show is not forgetting about her. Because it's not like this was an important scene for her to be a part of. She didn't need to call Olivia. You know what I mean? But I'm glad that we got that. And I'm hoping that we get glimpses of that too. But at some point they're going to have to establish that, like, maybe she's just not in town anymore and she'll call and check in that way so that it's not weird that we never see her. You know what I mean? Oh, Jakari, you said I always thought I didn't have no friends at all, but talking to y'all makes me so uncomfortable. Yeah, it's great. Like, no, like even here, like I mean, obviously I have my mom and my grandmother that obviously watch GH alongside of me, but none of my friends here are interested in GH or soap operas in general. Like I don't know a single person in my life aside from my mom and grandmother and y'all on here, but like here in like the real world, like at, you know, around Edmonton, not a single friend of mine is into GH. So it's nice to like be able to chit chat on here. And yeah, there's always been things like message boards to do that, but it's nice to have like a sort of like an interactive experience like this where you can see what the people are saying with you and the person that you're watching can respond to you in real time. And like you can see them, which I loved. And that's what I love about like other people's live streams too. I hate that I can't really watch live too often these days, but every now and then I'll go and watch them afterwards. Oh, I didn't know that Leslie was from Kansas City as well. That is news to me as well. But yeah, I'm very grateful to have the audience that I do on here. Like, I get excited to just be like, okay, who's here today? And I get sad when like certain people can't make it. Like if Sandy's not around, you know, I notice it. Or if Laura can't make it, it's, you know, she'll still check in afterwards and be like, sorry, I couldn't make it. Things like that. I really do appreciate all of y'all that watch. Oh, you only had one person that watched GH as well, Kaiwan. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Soaps do have a way of bringing people together, and you know, it's just not as beloved genre too, especially, you know, here in the modern day when there's so much television has to offer. Brooklyn, you said, Dion, you give us plenty of entertainment and take time to show classics. All share beautiful conversations about life as well, which is greatly appreciated. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about on here too, is that, and it's another reason why I love live streaming as well, is because you can go a little off topic, and you know, there's people that might take issue with us going off topic from now and then, but I feel like generally my main audience appreciates that about the show, is that we can go off on different tangents and we kind of go with the flow and have it be like a normal conversation, whether we get into things about life and then continue talking about GH. And I say, like, the people that don't like that, I'm like, there are so many YouTubers that just go from point A to point B to point C, and they're all fantastic. Go to them. If I'm not your taste, then I'm not your taste. That's how I see it. I don't see myself as like in competition with anyone, and I hope that no one else does either, with any of the content creators for soap operas, because at the end of the day, we're just doing, I think most of us really do it like because we want to talk to people about the show, because and to your point, Jakari, it's like you have none of us really have someone to talk to about it in real life beyond maybe our families if they watch it, so it's nice to get on here and do it. And then like if you grow a big following and get to like monetize your videos and such, it's a bonus. And you know, like I'd like to be able to monetize these videos someday. I'm getting there. Like after 1,000 you can start doing that. But at the same time, like, do y'all see me like, you know, making like changing things up? Not really. The most changing I've done now is like doing this hot takes thing to try to bring those viewers in. But at the same time, I'd still do it regardless, even if I didn't hit 1,000. So, I mean, I've been doing it for free for this long. And it has not stopped me, and I've not stopped doing it. The only things that have gotten me to take a break from the show is, you know, the loss of my dog and like the days that I'm sick or if I'm on vacation. But mostly, you know, I've been consistently doing content on Sundays and Wednesdays for a long time now. Some of you are more intellectual, some of you are not. Hey, listen, like I said, there is plenty of different personalities on here. I don't think any one of us, at least of the people that I know, are alike. There's you compare Albert is nothing like DC, and DC is nothing like James, right? Like there's just so many different people. And Sabrina, she's in a league of her own. I'm her biggest fan, I swear. And I love that she's real on her stuff and talks about her real life too. You watched GH with your mom and she passed away in 2016. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm definitely grateful to talk to y'all about the show too. Because, you know, I'm on message boards as well. Okay, I'm on one message board. I'm on Soap Central as well. But it's not the same as getting to talk to someone like one-on-one like this. Or like a group of people like this. Literally started this channel before Thanksgiving. I mean, the Dion's Corner channel has been around a very, very long time. Years before GHMV began. I think 2014 is when I started this channel. And it was very much just like random content, little skits and stuff. Yeah, I put my music on there too. And like I do vacation video blogs, and then I started with Summer in YEG, which is like me going around to all the different festivals around the city, and then I forget if American Horror Story, I think. My review that I used to do for that show was first, and then GHMV happened right after that. So, yeah, you do it because you love it. It's not just because of the money. It's a bonus, trust me. Exactly. Like, I already have a job, you know? And, like, too soon. And then could be making money doing shows as well. So, it's not like I'm hurting. But it would be a cool bonus to, like, have these videos like monetized and kind of make money off the ads and stuff. I don't think I'd ever do like a Patreon or things like that because I'm like, I don't know. I'd feel like that's kind of having to make even more of an effort when I've got too much on my plate as it is, and like, I don't want y'all to pay me anything. I want the corporation to pay me shit. I don't want y'all to pay me anything. Jakarius, you said, I was so afraid to do soap reviews a long time. I had to get out of my shell. I was about to do it on my personal channel, but I decided to do it separate. And that's totally fair. Like, even me, like, it's one thing to sit on a live stream and talk to y'all like this. And for the longest time, I was nervous to do live streams because of that same reason. I was like, I can, you know, if you guys watch the OG version of General Hospital Envy, like, that was shot, you know, in a room right over there, and y'all, I flubbed my lines. Like, as short as these videos were, like 10 to 15 minutes long, it would take me sometimes an hour and a half to 2 hours to film that shit, and then like several hours to edit it all together to make me seem like a coherent human being. So I think in a lot of ways too, live streaming definitely made talking easier. And even with the hot takes, the series that I'm doing starting Friday, like, it's a 1 minute video, but it only took me 3 minutes to film, and I feel like that's growth for me. Like, that is serious growth for me. Like, man, and it's probably because of these live streams. Honestly, I can put thoughts together a lot more clearly. if you become a big star and had to quit YouTube, then I'll be better, because I'll be like, I used to be on this. Man, I think, like, well, first of all, I don't see me becoming famous. It would be cool if I did, like, for, like, my music or whatever in the future. But, I'd like to think that I would still go on YouTube and talk about the show. Like, if I were to become, like, a big, whatever, music star and, like, tour the world and stuff, I'd still be trying to catch GH, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be able to watch this frequently, but I would still pop on here to talk about it. Because I would be that musician that would be very open to the fact that I watch General Hospital. Plus, you don't have to edit the video. Exactly, that was half the battle. I mean, hot takes I do have to edit, but it's not very long, because it's like, you know, a minute long content sort of video. But yeah. But I don't mind editing that. That took me about 15 minutes to edit tops, and only because something froze when I was creating it. Live streaming and reviewing it's different, because you have to deal with the mistakes. Reviews, yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, I do, like, review during the live stream on Sundays too, but I have my notes there, and I kind of read off of it, and like, kind of also, with each point, kind of get you guys chatting with it too. So, it is helpful. You're our superstar. Thank you, Brooklyn. I appreciate it. When I started, reviews was quite difficult to do for me. It was difficult for me too, and in some ways it still can be from time to time. Because you also, like, I think the thing about reviewing is that you have to at least acknowledge certain things that you're not interested in really speaking about, because someone else that's watching might be interested in talking about it. I'm lucky that, like, collectively a lot of us on here seem to be into the same things and seem to dislike the same things. But I still make a point to make notes about it. And I always try to make sure that I get, like, especially, like, the most important stuff that happened during the week, and focus on that as much as I can, even when it does pertain to characters that I may not personally like a lot. Yeah, live streaming is more laid back, and I think one thing that I am proud of, that I've done with the YouTube channel in reference to GH content, is that I've still kept up with the with, like, throwback videos, because the only other person that I know that reacted to, like, classic GH was Sabrina, and she does it once in a blue moon. But I mean, we started doing that because of the pandemic, and then y'all loved it so much that you wanted me to continue it. And so I think I took like a month break, and then we started doing it live. And you know, I guess the tricky part with it still is that you have to, I mean, there's only so much things you can watch, right? And it's less and less these days, because, you know, ABC be finding the old stuff and getting rid of some of the old stuff too. But I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that those particular channels were also uploading newer stuff, and that's where they'd go wrong, which is why I only react to things like before Frank Valentini took over, because it usually doesn't get dinged. I think something in 2011 got dinged once. I think like Lulu and Dante's wedding or something got dinged, their first wedding. So then I kept it like 2010 and prior. Willow was a part of this episode thing. Oh yeah. Brock's been around for so long, you guys. Like, Brock was one of the ones that was around doing like GH content at the time that I was like thinking about doing my own thing. particular channel is a field because Disney Channel is a major corporation. Well, I think any big network is going to flag copyrighted content that's newer, right? I think possibly for GH, it might not just be the fact that like Frank and the people that be since his tenor like really don't want people uploading to YouTube, but I think as well ABC and Hulu started putting episodes of GH on probably around 2011 and 2012 as well, like even before Ron took over. So that could possibly factor in as well. And a lot of it is still on YouTube as well. Angel, you said, do y'all think Valentina is a double agent with Pikeman and the Anna thing? I mean, that would certainly be an interesting twist, but I think I'm with Nathan to an extent. I don't know for sure that he's being controlled by Alex, but he's definitely being forced to do this by someone. And I think it probably has to do with blackmail. Maybe it has to do with something that Valentine did do with Pikeman that the Pikeman company is holding over him to do their dirty work. And since Pikeman has some kind of connection to the WSB, kind of making Anna's life miserable is a factor there that they're forcing him to do. And who better to help do that than the person closest to Anna if they can use something against him. How did Betty explain how she's not going to be a babysitter anymore since she went to Mexico? Good question. See, so at the time that they were talking about that, which I think was Monday, was kind of when they started establishing that. I was bedridden, you guys. Okay, like I was somewhat awake for Mondays and Tuesdays episodes, but I was conking out a little bit, so I missed some stuff there. Started with Brock, then Albert and DC. Then I was introduced to James and your channel. See, James, I started watching pretty early on too, because I feel like James's AfterBuzz after show for GH happened not long after mine, and then also once AfterBuzz was kind of put the kibosh on in general. That's when James started to do his own channels and his own shows, which are, very similar to what he did on AfterBuzz, and still great content, and you get to hear about his real life stuff. And dude is a lucrative guy. He has a lot of things going on for him, and he also has the bonus of being connected to so many GH stars and friends with them. Man, I'd love to be able to do like an interview with a GH cast member someday, but I don't even know if I'd be good at really interviewing someone. Being interviewed, it's like whatever, because I'm just taking the interviewer's lead, but being the one that has to answer the questions, or ask the questions, and like keeping it going. And it was, by the way, Albert, I did watch your interview with Grayson afterwards, and you did a great job, man. It's always a risk to do reaction videos because it can always be a big flag on your channel. So you have to be lucky, unfortunately. Yeah, that's exactly why I'm like only reacting to really old content. Because I did get dinged for like newer stuff, and I was like, you know what? Old stuff it is, but it, I feel like reacting to old stuff is very on brand for me anyway, because the people that know me know that I'm a fan of old school GH. Like I loved like binging the stuff from the 80s and like the 90s, and that's really what people do want to see throwbacks to, because you take a look at what freaking ABC is doing with their throwback whatever, which is just to like 2 years ago, and everyone's complaining like they don't want to see stuff from 2 years ago. They want to see the good old stuff that GH and ABC refused to show. And I know a lot of that has to do with the fact that it involves them having to pay the actors and involves them having to edit the music because they don't own the copyrights to certain songs anymore, and they have to cut it down to a certain amount of time because there's more ads than there were 20, 30 years ago. So, it's putting in a lot of work to repeat something. and it's just significantly less work to have something repeat that's already done, that doesn't involve having to get rid of, like, you know, half the stuff on there. The old music director back in the 90s didn't get a YouTube or something on Facebook. So, well, I know R.C. Cates, and I forget when he started, but R.C. Cates was around for the majority of the Goozy years. He has uploaded most of his stuff to his SoundCloud page, including the stuff that he does today on YNR. So he's still doing his thing. And it's funny because my thing, like, on the Envious01 channel back in the day was finding the music and uploading it for y'all to hear as well. Because I had my ways, y'all. I would find, like, the little known ABC music like it was nothing, and then, like, other channels started, like, just snagging the music from, like, my channel and uploading it to theirs. Which isn't why I stopped, by the way. It was just, like, it was harder to find, and they weren't using music as much, especially once R.C. Cates, once, who is it, Paul Glass and Frank Valentini stepped in. They don't use, like, montage music that much anymore, and when they do, it's stuff that we've heard in the past already that I've uploaded already, so it is what it is. It's a different era for GH, unfortunately. But I love that, like, the MV01 channel is there as a time capsule for the music on GH of yesteryear. You'd be so afraid to interview a sub actor. You know what I tried to do? I really tried to reach out to Jason Thompson once. Because I was like, hey, I'm an Edmontonian and whatever, but obviously dude's super popular, and I don't think he even seen my DM at the time. But that would have been so cool. At least I got to meet him. Albert is amazing on what he does. Absolutely. Is there any videos of Tracy married to her mobster ex-husband? Well, she's had a few, hasn't she? Well, Ned's dad is Larry Ashton, right? And we've seen him for a while, and he was quite a pompous ass. And then Dylan's dad, was he not the guy that ended up killing Sabrina? Or am I remembering that wrong? Monday's episode is showing Ava's getting hooked, I believe. Well, I won't be watching Monday, I guess, but it's a long weekend, so I think I'd work most of the long weekend, to be honest, but I'll enjoy a GH-less Monday, I guess. When watching your throwback reaction videos, I had to take notes while reviewing my throwback videos. Hey! Man, I love watching the classics. For me, I'm like, you know, I do that shit without you guys too, okay? Like, there are times, but like, unless I know that you guys would probably be interested in it as well, then I'll refrain from watching it. Like, if I know, like, I want to react to this with the GHMV crew, then I'll just kind of like make note of it, maybe watch like 5 seconds of it to like determine like, is this good quality and stuff, and then set it up with you guys. Have a good night. Have a good night too, Albert. Good night. Tracy was married to the mobster on the city. Yeah. Not the spin-off of General Hospital. It was a spin-off of Loving. But yeah, her character went to the city or whatever. And she was married to a mobster there. Good night, Jacarius. Oh yeah, I should go to bed soon, hey. It's like 11 here. But yeah, I mean, I'm down to watch Tracy with, like, mobster husbands. She also, didn't she marry Anthony Zakara briefly as well? Before he died. But yeah, she's been married to a few mobsters in her day. And I'd be down to make that a throwback sometime. Actually, yeah, we could do like a Tracy on the city or Loving or whatever day for a reaction. Maybe even next Wednesday. Tracy be killing me walking into that courtroom wearing her cross bag off to the side, ready to slay Maxie and Lucy. Yeah. Y'all know I love Tracy. I love me some Tracy. I love Jane Elliott. But man, I want Brooklyn to grow a pair and just like admit to everything that she was forced to do for Tracy. Like, it might not help her in the long run, but I don't think it would help the deception necessarily, because the main factor is Martin gave Lucy the idea, which he keeps on trying to like bury, and obviously Martin got that idea from someone else, whether that's Tracy or someone else. Then, you know, we'll find out down the road. But bottom line is, unbeknownst to Lucy, while Martin kind of laid the groundwork for it, he got it from someone else. And that someone else is either his ex-wife or Tracy or both. Maybe he was married to Tracy. I don't know. But there's some kind of connection there that we're not privy to yet. But at the very least, hopefully the judge can see that Tracy is up to no good. It's just that her claims are correct in the sense that those aren't Lucy's plans. Or Lucy did not, you know, create the original Deceptor. Bill Q knows her loyalty is with Granny. I don't know what that was. Sorry, there's a bang there. BLQ knows. I don't know. I feel like she's not that loyal to Tracy. She has been trying to find a way out this whole time. I think she's probably. I think Brooklyn is likely going to admit everything to Chase, and maybe see a lawyer and try to figure things out from there. But anyway, y'all, I think I should call it a night here. It's 11 o'clock. I'm sure it's much later for you guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. Oh, wait till Miss Wu finds about all Tracy's involvement with deception. That's true. I forgot Selena was tied to that. Dang. Thanks for the reminder. But yes, thank you so much for watching the live stream, guys. I really appreciate it. It's been a fun one, and you guys have been so sweet tonight. Like, y'all make me feel really good. Which is great, because the last few days I felt like shit, frankly, with the hay fever. So it was a good comeback. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you liked the live stream, give it a big old thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to. Stay tuned this Friday, if you missed it at the beginning of this episode, for the official upload of GH Hot Takes, which is, again, just a minute long. Don't expect anything too big if you didn't get to watch it earlier. But expect that every Friday. So we'll see you Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Peace out. Good night.